Hello, Spartan. Thank you for coming by. We're still getting everything set up, but thank you for the support. It's much appreciated. Meerkat is just finishing things up on his end. He's got a little bit of a buffer for his stream between the time that he goes live and actually appears. Yeah, well, also considering how rarely I go live, it really is a rare treat that you caught me. Now, with that being said, I will say one thing, and this is something that I'm going to be repeating to chat, depending on who shows up and how many people show up. Um, please be respectful of myself and our guest. We will be talking about some sensitive topics. If that makes you uncomfortable, this is your this is your warning now. Every so often, either by using the trigger exclamation point mental health, all one word. Oh, you know Meerkat because he's a mod on Becky's streams. You know him as inattentive Meerkat when you're on a Becky live stream. Yeah, yeah. Meerkat knows you. He's talked to you on Discord. But thank you, Stream Elements. That's exactly what I was talking about. Neither myself nor my guest are mental health professionals. We are just sharing our shared experiences and hoping to help lift the stigma surrounding uh, mental health. That link does provide resources. So if you or a loved one is in need of help in regards to mental health, that is a global resource. So you just keep on scrolling until you find your region, and it'll point you in the right direction to the resources that you need or resources that you're looking for, rather. Yeah, and during this conversation, I will be talking quite in depth about my own personal history in dealing with mental health between all of my diagnoses and my hospitalization. Um, yeah, whole bunch of fun stuff. And also what I do to help mitigate chances. Yes, Meerkat, I'm ready. I've already got people in chat. I appreciate that, Spartan. And as you'll discover, that offer goes both ways. So if you ever need to just chill, vent,
Hey, Ray.
Meerkat.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Technical difficulties. I need to put you up. Oh, 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 oh my god. All right.
And what's this?
Oh,
We actually have a face reveal for the
yeah.
meerkat.
Excuse my lighting. I know it's bad. I need to get a ring light, but it is what it is. How you going, Ray? How's life? How's you? Hey, thanks for the follow, Jordan. Welcome on in.
Oh, Meerkat, go ahead and pull my stream up too while you're at it,
For your
because
stream out.
yeah.
Oh, right. What? That's Nip. Nope, nope. Why open up Nip? Nope, nope.
No, we don't. No, we don't care about
No, we
Nipcat
don't
right
want.
now.
No, we don't care about Stinky Life.
we
Where's
don't care
Ray?
about we don't care about goth chicks right now.
Gotcha. No, we don't. It's Beard Cat. It is Beard Cat. Yeah. All right.
And it's Spartan. Spartan says hi. How are you doing?
Oh, so all right. Let's put your chat there. I'm gonna meet you a little bit.
Yeah.
Where?
And you know Spartan. He's a fellow mod of Becky.
Oh yes, I know Spartan. Hi Spartan. How you doing? How you doing? Just some tech. This. Oh, didn't think of this that far. No. What was I doing?
You were experiencing technical difficulties, just like a normal Becky stream, or a
yes,
normal,
just the usual,
or a normal Stinky M stream.
Oh, good. Big advocate for speaking about mental health myself, so I gotta respect it. I suffer from depression and PTSD. Oh, nice. No, I'm not necessarily you suffer from that, but I'm glad you're an advocate as well. I'm an advocate myself as well. Maybe if you have time, I can show you guys a bit of my work that I've done in the past. I think anytime, good goth take time. That's what Joel says. All right. Just a heads up. You guys can keep chatting. I would not be able to look at chat and respond to you guys. As well, if you look at the pinned comment, please don't share opinions on our stories because these are our personal stories. So please no shaming our stories. No trauma dumping each other in chat. So try to avoid talking with you, like talking about suicidal thoughts or attempts. Do not go into detail about it with regard to method or just don't go into detail. Just please try to perhaps move the chat.
Yes.
I realized I'm covered. I did not notice that.
Yes. Basically, we want everybody to feel safe and comfortable, but at the same time, we are not medical professionals.
Yeah, I don't have a psych degree. I'm just an advocate. I have my own lived experience, but we'll go more into that soon as we just warm up a little. And Ray as well here, my lovely guest. He also doesn't have a psych degree or a medical degree. But if you guys need someone to reach out to, I'm happy to help you. Well, not help you, but I'm happy to chat as a friend in need. As well, there's a command. It should have worked, but if it doesn't, I'll just do.
And for those that are in my chat, every so often, Stream Elements will pop up with a message. With a message and a link to resources globally.
Oh, there you go. That's the command. We both of our streams, we posted a link for worldwide resources, so lifelines or chats. So unfortunately, we can't give you any medical advice, or we can't really give you psychologist advice or diagnose you with anything. Hey, Brooke, how you doing? So we're about to start. But yeah, please just be mindful of no trauma dumping and not sharing opinions. If that's possible, you can say, "Oh, I relate to that." That's fine. That actually, I highly encourage that, as that opens conversation and reduces hopefully the stigma of mental health. And for questions as well, if you have for both of us, you can ask. Hey, Spartan, welcome on in. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, for questions you can ask after the interview. Um, yeah.
Yes,
So keep those
yes.
in mind.
Please hold all questions until the end.
Yeah. Or and if you want to keep them anonymous and you don't want to show them in chat, you can whisper it to me and I won't reveal your name. Yeah, as well, there should be one of my moderators, Nymph. If you yeah, I told Nymph the same thing as well. It's just if you need someone to support you, she can send you the same link of the resources. But if you want a certain country or if you're in a certain age, I was like, for example, if in Australia, I will send you young people resources, as that's someone who also has experience in that. But so let's begin. Hi,
Yes,
Ray. I already stated your name.
Yes,
Can you hear me clear?
I can hear you clear. Can you hear me? And can your chat hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear Ray? I can hear you clearly as well. But let's see if chat can hear you. All good here. All right. Nymph says all goods. All right, Ray.
Wonderful.
Let's start. Introduce yourself, Ray.
My name is Ray Charles. Insert joke here. I have a longish sorted history with mental health. Um, going back about the last 8 to 10 years. That's when I was first hospitalized. The story about how I got hospitalized is so anybody that knows me knows that I used to be married, now divorced, but my ex-wife is my best friend. And it's because of my ex-wife that I got help the first time. We were still married at the time, and she was literally scared to be around me. She never knew what version of me she was going to get. The happy-go-lucky, I don't give a fuck me, or the I am angry, I hate you, and everything about you me. She presented me with a choice. I hated her at the time for this choice, but she presented me with a choice. Either I force myself to get help, or she was going to force me to get help. And 8, 9 years ago, that meant calling the police. Now, clearly, neither one of us wanted me to have a police record. So I found a hospital willing to intake me, where I spent my first time in the locked ward of the hospital, where I was first diagnosed with bipolar with depression.
Okay.
Since then, my diagnosis has changed 3 times. And now I am and with those multiple diagnosis changes also came multiple medication changes. But I have been med free for about 5 years now. And my most recent diagnosis is, of all things, ADHD.
Hey, ADHD gang, let's go. All right, that's what we call it, right? ADHD gang, the cool gang.
Well, I mean, and that's the funny thing about ADHD, because it manifests itself in so many different ways, because you get the depression, you get,
Yeah.
the seemingly manic episodes, but they're not really manic episodes.
Mhm.
Um, you get the lethargy, which, again, is commonly mistaken for depression. Um, ADHD paralysis, which is you don't do a
Mhm.
damn thing because you got something else planned.
That's the most annoying thing. Oh, I hate that so much.
So, yeah. But I have been, like I said, I've been med free for about 5 years now. And I know what my triggers are, so I avoid those or do my best to avoid those.
I'm glad you find what your triggers are. Well, nice to meet you, Ray. As you know, I'm Meerkat. Unfortunately, I would not be revealing my real name, but if I show some of my work, maybe you get a little sneak scoop of my real name. But yeah, I'm someone who well, the reason why I'm introducing myself, so I don't want to feel you left out, but I guess because we're having a conversation, we bonding, right? We both decided to have this conversation, so
Yeah.
I just don't want to leave you in the dark, if in a certain way. Um, yeah, so I was someone who first got diagnosed with ADHD, not ADHD, depression as well. I yeah, it was from a GP actually, and he just
Yes,
threw
absolutely smart.
antidepressants at me. He threw an antidepressant at me, and I decided not to take it because I thought there was more going on. Me and my mom thought there was more going on. So I guess I guess it was from year 2016 till now, or not now, maybe 2020. Actually, what was I diagnosed? All right, so yeah, 2016 till last year was when I was undiagnosed with ADHD, and that's why I said ADHD gang. But from my end, I have been medicated, and I have to say that for me, my experience, it has been life changing. It has given me energy. It's given me the motivation to do things. I'm not denying that I don't get ADHD paralysis or feel depressed or get anxious or feel social anxiety when I go out, but I think being diagnosed and um, being medicated has helped me a lot. Even despite that, there's still struggles, as some of you seen on stream. I can switch from game to game. It's because I've mentioned a lot of times on stream is the game has to grab my attention. If it doesn't grab my attention within 5 minutes, I'll switch it off and change it again. But I haven't had the.
I have a funny comment about that. Um, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's
But
all right.
for me, it's funny because I'll sit like right now my current obsession is Path of Exile. A free to play ARPG, kind of in the same vein as the original Diablo series, Diablo 1, Diablo 2. Um, but I'll play it and I'll sit and play it for like 3-4 hours, and then I'll go, all right, I'm getting bored of this, but then I won't do anything else. And
Yeah,
then then like half an hour to an hour later, I'll go right back into that damn game.
that's me for Sims. Nymph, that's why I went obsession with Sims after Nymph stream with her Sims. I went on a craze with Sims. I was literally on it all day, like I think 3 days straight, and I modded it and everything. Now it's gone. I'm like, damn. But I think my new craze or like my new obsession is streaming right now, as I've been streaming every day. I actually got in trouble yesterday by my mom. Go touch grass. Go out. I'm like, fine. So I went to go touch grass a bit, and now I'm back here. So I just thought, yeah, you know what? Let's come back with the reason why I really want to start streaming was to talk about mental health and hopefully get more guests on. So if you would love to be a guest, you can let me know as well. But yeah, we can go from there. Do you reckon we need to
Yeah,
do the icebreaker question?
and with that, really quick before
Yeah.
we get to that question, this is obviously I would not have agreed to do this if this was not something that I was passionate about as well, and this is something or a format that I myself am likely going to be doing quite frequently, or once a month or so
Mhm.
with people as well if they want. So you know,
If you guys want race Twitch, let's give you a shout out. I'm
well,
so
thank
bad
you,
at shout
sir.
outs. No worries. How do I give a shout out again? Yeah, got it.
You forgot your own shout out command.
Yes, I did. Oh wait, can I give you a shout out? I think I can. I'll do that after. Or Nim can do it. Nim, can you give Ray a shout out, please? I'm struggling a bit. But yeah, as Ray said, I did not pressure Ray to do this. I just messaged him. I was like, "Hey Ray, would you like to be my very first guest and see how it goes?" You know, and I guess now we're here. We were meant to do it, I think, a month ago, but I cancelled. My excuse: I was too tired. But I'm glad I'm here. I woke up 9 a.m. and
you had, not to go into your personal business, but you also had a lot going on at that point in time too. So that's why we had to postpone it by about a month.
yeah, so yeah, I wasn't gonna postpone it, but I was feeling tired today. I messaged Ray. I was like, Ray, do we have to do today? He goes, not too late now. I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's do it. So now we're here. Should we skip the icebreaker question? I feel like we've broken the ice. And I think you kind of answered it. Because I was like, what game are you playing at the moment?
Oh yeah, no, Path of Exile.
Yeah, Path of, yeah. Well, right now where I'm playing, I don't know. I'm jumping from game to game. I don't have a game where I'm playing at the moment. That I'm actually no, Lethal Company. I think Lethal Company is the game that I'm kind
Oh my god, yes. Oh no, all right. Look, Meerkat, I love you. I do.
Yeah.
You're a great guy. I love talking to you. I love hanging out with you. I can only take so much Lethal Company.
Yeah, no, Lethal Company is something else. It's a craze. It's a craze. But we definitely need to play again.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's a good game. It is, and it is fun with the right people. Definitely not scary. More hilarious than anything else.
More hilarious, yeah, for sure.
But oh my god, the number of times you're in my DMs, Ray, Lethal Company? Ray, let's play Lethal Company. Ray, Lethal Company. Like
yeah, I know. It's
like,
I can't catch
dude,
up.
I just woke up an hour ago. Like, you gotta give me some time to
well, our time zones is so messed up. Like, you literally, aren't you in the past or something? Or are we in the same day right now?
Oh no. You're in my future. It is
Woo!
it is 11:46 p.m. on a Wednesday for me.
Oh, it's 12:47 on a Thursday, so I'm in your future.
Yes, you are 13 hours ahead.
Woo! And we managed to schedule this podcasting. Nice. All right.
And Spartan, that game is only like $5 on Steam.
What's this, Lethal?
Yeah, Lethal Company.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap for it. It is. It's pretty good for it as well. All right. Now let's get to the
or maybe $10. I don't know.
Serious questions.
Yeah.
Hit me. You ready? Yeah, you. All right.
What you got?
Would you like me to answer first and then you go, or would you like to go first and then I bounce off you?
You know what? I will for this one. I will go ahead and answer first. Okay. And we can round robin it, I guess.
Okay. So the first question we're gonna ask each other is: when did you realize you needed mental health support?
I kind of already answered this in my intro, but what I didn't mention in my intro was the very day that my ex-wife had given me the ultimatum. I was experiencing auditory and visual hallucinations, meaning I had conversations with people that weren't there. That was my break. That was the point that my brain just said, nope, fuck you. I stopped working. And that's what triggered my wife to say either you get help or I force you to get help.
Okay. So for me, mine is an interesting story. I think also it started in like 2015-ish. Actually, I think if you think about in high school, I always thought my brain was wired differently, if you know what I mean. Like, I always thought my thinking process was different. I felt like I saw things differently than everyone else. But I think from 2015, it was when things were going on around the world with like the ISIS growing in the Middle East. as someone who's like brown living in the West, struggled with that, right? Because like Islamophobia was on the rise.
Right.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
pretty much
I think that was all the way since 2001.
yeah. So yeah, if you want to
was
really think about pre 9/11,
yeah.
yeah, it's so I have a
You have a unique
well,
experience.
I have a unique experience for sure. Yeah, like for some reason I remember 9/11 even though I was like 5. So but throughout those years after that, I don't have that much memory. But from 2016, as like when ISIS grew in the Middle East and Islamophobia was on the rise, and pretty much things were happening in our backyards, like for example in Melbourne or like America, like you know what I mean? Like it was getting more and more
Yeah.
common. I think that's when I started to feel like things were going downhill because I started to experience suicidal thoughts for the first time. And I didn't know why, or I didn't get it. Like it was just like I was like, why am I thinking like this? So I think my lowest point was when I was feeling suicidal in my room by myself, and my older sister comes in the room, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Just smiling. You know how you just like smile? Like, yeah, I'm fine. You know?
Yeah. The fake smile. I know that fake
Yeah.
smile well. I wear it all the fucking time.
Yeah, and then, hey, thank you for the subscription, Spartan. That looked off me off guard.
Spartan's good people. I
Yeah.
like Spartan.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then like my sister goes, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, no, and I just broke into tears. And then she's like, what's happening?" I'm like, "I feel like I'm having really dark thoughts." And then she goes, "I think you need to talk to mom about this. I can help you, like I can be your support person, but I can't do this alone." So I think if she didn't encourage me to speak to my mom, or she didn't come in my room, like whatever made her come in my room, right?
Right.
I don't even know where I would be today. Like I don't know if I would be able to speak about my experiences right now in front of you people, or like you, for example. I think that was my lowest point.
And see, for me, it's funny because you talk about having the suicidal ideation, and everything, and for me, growing up, that was just normal. So I never thought that
Yeah.
there was anything wrong with it. I actually, at one point in high school, I want to say, so we're talking 93, 94.
Mm.
I actually
Before I
took
was born.
I actually took I'm an oldie. Trigger warning. Well, no, we have active trigger warnings on this stream right now. So, I actually took headphone cables and attempted to strangle myself.
Mm.
Um, but I just equated that with my household situation. I never really thought that there was anything different about that or anything bad about that way of thinking. Um, or like, oh no, I need help. That was just, no, this situation sucks. I want to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of it as quickly as possible. Um, and was almost successful, except for the fact that once you lose enough oxygen, your body goes limp, and so
Yeah.
I lost grip of the headphone cables. So
Yeah.
and I never once talked to anybody in the family, talked to anybody in the household about what I'd done. I just put the headphones up and carried on as if it was another Tuesday or
Yeah.
Wednesday or whatever day of the week it was.
Yeah. It's quite interesting, like not interesting, but like it's like from my experience, when suicidal thoughts come to my mind, it's not that like I don't get thoughts that I actually want to do it, right? It's more of like to escape the pain I'm feeling inside. You know what I mean? Like
No.
you
Yeah, no, I have no idea what you mean, as I just explained why I tried to actually commit
Yeah,
suicide the first time.
yeah. No, but like I'm just saying, like it's a form of escapism. Like
Yeah, it always
it's a
was.
onion. Yeah.
Well, see, it's not haha funny. It's more of just sardonic funny. But
Mm,
um, anytime I reach out for like uh for we'll call it a tune-up at this point. So every couple of years I'll reach out to a therapist or a counselor or whatever and just get a tune-up. Make sure everything is going. Make sure everything is going all right. That I'm not in too bad of a place. But one of the questions I always hate for the intake is, "Do you have any thoughts of suicide? Do you have any thoughts of hurting yourself?" Well, yes,
mm,
constantly. Now, the question you should be asking is, "Do I have any plans?"
mm.
That's when you should worry.
Yeah.
Because when I have a plan and I know how to accomplish that plan, that's
Yeah.
when you need to worry.
It's just interesting you say that. When I was a youth worker a couple of years ago, we would like, or like when we did training, they would like tell us to encourage to ask the young people, "Are you having thoughts of suicide?" And if they say yes, then we'll be like, "Do you have plans to?" So I don't know how it is in the states. So um,
Generally that's how it goes. When I was
mm,
hospitalized both times,
yeah,
um, I learned right then and there what the trigger phrase was to get
mm,
locked up.
okay. I'll
That's
say
how
I'm guessing. Okay,
that's how I convinced the hospital the first time to take me in.
okay,
Was I had to say the magic phrase, "I am in fear for my safety and the safety of others around me."
mm, okay,
At that point, they had to take me seriously and they had to bring me to the locked ward.
yeah,
And that was
okay,
scary. That was
yeah.
terrifying.
No, for
I
sure. I
had
can
no idea
imagine.
what
Yeah,
to expect.
yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Psych, yeah, psych hospitals. They sound very scary.
Oh,
All right.
it wasn't even a psych hospital. It was a regular hospital. Most regular hospitals have a locked psych ward.
Jeez, yeah.
It'll sometimes be in the
Oof.
basement, sometimes be in an upper level. But
Basement.
yeah, well, it depends on the
Man.
hospital too. Um,
Jeez.
but yeah, they'll have either an entire floor or a section of a floor that's locked access only.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to like an actual ward, like an entire building dedicated, like we'll say in the vein of the movie Shutter Island, then that's a whole different experience that I cannot speak for because that is a state facility and that is something completely different. Typically, if you're going to someplace there or someplace like that, that's long-term stay. We're talking
Mm,
months, if not years. When you're being, at least in the US, I can't speak for anywhere else outside the US. But in the US, if you're in an actual hospital in the locked ward, it's typically only for about, now they'll tell you 72 hours, but really it could be up to a week, if not 2 weeks. Just depends on how things go and how your progress is with talking to therapists and psychoanalysts and all that fun stuff while you're in there. Both of my stays were about a week each.
and that seems like a very long week. I can imagine.
Yeah, especially when you're a pack a day smoker and you're going from pack a day smoking to no cigarettes at all.
Yeah.
It makes
Oof.
for a really long week. There's a whole lot of time to just sleep.
Sleep. Sleep is important, guys. Make sure you get your sleep. All right. Ready for the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why do you think it is hard for us men to talk about our emotions?
So I have a couple thoughts on this.
Mm,
Now, okay. So, and it's a two-parter. When talking to men, especially if it's a man that you respect and thinks that they have all their shit together. I think that we don't want to be viewed as weak or vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when talking with our partner, there's always a fear of our words being eventually used against us. Now, that may, in my instance, it absolutely was used against me.
Yeah.
I told my partner exactly how I was feeling, and exactly what I was going through, and that I needed help. And a week later, she was telling me, "I don't want to be with you anymore."
Mm-hmm.
This is after helping her through her own
Mm-hmm.
um, downward spiral, to the point where she had actually taken a bunch of pills, and I had taken off from work to be
Yeah.
with her and help her through that tough time. So when I experienced a similar thing and was telling her I think I need to get help again because I'm going through a tough spot, she used that as an excuse to say, "Well, I don't want to be with you anymore." So, yes, that is absolutely a fear. Um, and I'm not the only case in that regard. There's documented cases all over the place
Yeah.
of similar things happening. So that I think that that's a big reason why men will not talk to their partners about what they're going through. And like I said, as far as men talking to other men, it's if we feel that that other person has their shit together, we either don't want to burden them because our burdens are our own, or we don't want to be perceived as we want to perceive each other as equals.
Yeah.
But if I think you have your shit together, I'm not going to go to you with my problems, because then I'm going to automatically knock myself down a couple notches from where you are. Like, we'll start here, but the moment I start telling you what I'm going through, I'm going to feel down here while you're still up here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, at least that's my personal opinion.
Yeah. To add on that, you said that because men don't want to be known as weak or vulnerable. Um, where do you think that comes from? Like, um, there's no right or wrong answer. Just like your personal opinion. Like, where do you think society got that men shouldn't talk about their emotions or men shouldn't cry? Um, where did that where do you think that originated from? Because it came from somewhere, right? Like,
Well,
I understand.
we'd like to think it does, but I think I mean, honestly, I don't have a clue as to where it may have originated from. I'm sure that if we were to look back far enough, we could find arguments for literally almost anything. Like,
Yeah.
you're John Draper in Mad Men, and you're going through a downward spiral, and you're talking to your wife or your girlfriend, and you know, telling her how you're feeling like shit and whatever, and she tosses you to the curb. So you get that mentality of, well, fine, I won't talk to anybody about this, because all it's going to happen is bad shit if I open up about it. I'll just deal with it on myself.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
and Spartan, we will definitely remind me when we do our Q&A. We will definitely mention that point that you brought up in chat.
Okay. So my opinion on um why I feel like men don't want to show emotions. I think because I think we have quite similar opinions, but like I guess for someone who's a person of color, um, not to like segregate our experiences, but my experience or like for the men or the boys in people of boys of color, the struggle is much more or the stigma is much more because from the parents or the community, right? especially the ones who believe that suicide, for example, is a sin, or being depressed is lower faith, or
Fair.
enough. Yeah, so I think, and
So
like
would
I
you,
guess
so would you say that the stigma on your end is more religious based?
not religious. From what I've seen and what when I look into my religion, I don't think it's religious based. I think it's just people like they just like I think culture and religion is mixing in, so they're getting confused what they've been brought up with religion, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so they just think, oh, it's either this way or not. Like I don't know, it's a very black and white mindset, and that's from my experience as well. Like when I dealt with the stigma of mental health, when I opened up to my old friends for the first time, they were straight away like, nah, you can't be. You have to go pray more. You have to do this, and that's forbidden to think like that. And I'm just like, what? Like, can you just listen to me with empathy? Like, just listen to me, you know? Like, and I think as well, that's what we're lacking as well, as people is we lacking to just let the person talk and hear them out. And I think what we're doing here
Sorry,
now,
sorry.
I
I'm
think,
I'm I'm gonna, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best record of all time.
oh my god, oh my god, I did not
sorry,
expect
sorry,
that.
sorry. You said that, and I could not help but interrupt with the most cliched and most
Oh
memeable
my
moment.
god, you know what? Humor for coping mechanism, why not? But yeah. So what was I saying? Kanye West, you interrupted me, man. I can't remember what I was saying.
No, that we don't. Something about that fact about.
Oh yeah, we don't listen. Yeah, we don't listen to each other. Like it's, and I think what you saying that, like for example, with that Kanye West incident, um, like no one looked more into Kanye West's mental health. They just memed about it or they just laughed at it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, no. I mean, come
um
on. He's the poster child for. There's something wrong with that boy, but we don't know what it is.
yeah. So but then no one like none of his I don't know what they do behind closed doors,
Oh,
but
no. Come on now. I am sure that there are more than a few people in his camp going, dude, you need help.
yeah, probably. But then why doesn't he want to get help? Like what's but then I guess that's his up to the individual, right? But then uh but yeah, I think that's it's just yeah, it's just stigmatized. Like we just can't just talk. We can't
Well,
just listen.
well, and this is where I'll bring up something that Spartan in my chat had mentioned.
Mm,
Um, there's the possibility of a couple things.
mm,
There's the concept that mental health in and of itself is still a relatively new concept.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, medical professionals can tell us almost everything else there is to know about our body, except they still don't fully understand how the brain works.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Um, Also, there's a lot of difficulty with having those conversations with people that are or that don't understand how your brain is working
Mm-hmm.
and can't understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
So how do you have a conversation with somebody like that? That's like having a conversation with somebody that can't hear their own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hear the actual narration going on, like verbal narration in your brain when you're thinking about something. There are some people that don't have that narration
Mm-hmm.
going on.
Yeah.
There are other people that do. There are visual thinkers. There are verbal thinkers.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that helps with the not being able to have those open conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Or
good
or
topic.
or you know, at least, you know, Spartan was very kind enough to give that little bit of insight.
Mm. Yeah, I feel like that question would open. It's probably another um interview or conversation for another day. Like I feel like we can just like dedicate one podcast episode for like for that certain topic and just ramble and talk and yeah, it's yeah. But speaking on brains, the brain is such an interesting organ, honestly. Like
It
yeah,
absolutely is.
like my grandpa has Alzheimer's and like he does like he's at his late stages, so the things he does, I'm just like, how does he do that? Or how does he remember that but doesn't remember this? You know what I mean? Like it's just interesting.
Yeah, no. And that actually raises a fantastic question that I want to ask you, and I will
Mm,
certainly answer as well. But I'm going to give you the chance to speak to it first.
okay.
In regards to your diagnosis, what is your biggest fear, or what is your biggest concern?
Biggest concern, biggest fear regarding my diagnosis.
Yeah.
Um, that's a deep question. I didn't think about that.
Like I told you, I don't plan shit. I just an
Yeah,
opportunity
no,
presents
for sure.
itself, and I'm going to take it.
I think the one thing that concerns me or makes
Mhm.
me fear the most is because ADHD is genetic, right? So when I have kids one day, would I be able to have the patience?
We don't know it's genetic.
Well, they say it's genetic, but just like for example, if the research is correct or whatever, um, if and then I pass it on, like if in one of my kids have it, would I be able to have the patience that with them? Because if they like, would I be able to pick up the signs that they have it as well?
I would say yes. And
But you kind of explain it up. Hold on.
here's why I say yes.
Yeah.
Um, my ex-wife again. She's going to be a very large point of this conversation. Um, she actually has a child now. And he's autistic.
Mm-hmm.
She recognizes a lot of his traits in the way that she was as a child, and she is absolutely 100% patient with him
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because of she knows how she is, she knows what works for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she applies those same things and those to him when raising him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that if you recognize those signs in a child that you have, that yes, you will be more patient, you will be more understanding, and you will adjust your parenting appropriately to provide your kid with the tools he needs because you know what you needed at that age.
Yeah. Okay. That's a
So
yeah.
allow me to assuage that fear for you.
It maybe helped a little, maybe. Well, I'm not thinking about that now. It's a bit too early. I'm still young, and but yeah, you never know. You never know what happens. You know. But yeah, you. What about you? You said you were gonna answer that.
So I know long term, there is a high likelihood that dementia is my outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe now 60-40,
Mm-hmm.
40% dementia, 60% not. But I know that when the diagnosis was bipolar and I was unmedicated, um, that was the long-term destination for bipolar being unmedicated. And hell, even medicated.
Yeah.
Um, because once the brain starts to go, that's it. So that was and continues to be my big concern, my big fear that I am going to lose all mental faculties, that I will begin to suffer from dementia.
Yeah.
And I have already told those closest to me that if it comes to that point, if I start losing my mind, like to the point where I can no longer think properly or think for myself, just do me old Yeller style. Bring me out back behind the barn, pop, and
Yeah.
we're good. I absolve you of all sin.
Yeah. Yeah. Dementia is yeah, but like my grandpa from my mom's side and my grandma from my dad's
Yeah,
side has it as well.
Nymphet that absolutely 100% terrifies me.
Yeah. As they call it the long goodbye, really.
So yeah, that as far as my mental health diagnosis, that's the one thing that absolutely terrifies me above anything else. Is there's a good chance that that's my future, and I don't
Yeah.
want that for myself or for the people around me.
I think yeah. I think the thing with dementia when we learn with it is like we just be there moment by moment, right? Like if you get diagnosed, like worst case, um, we'll yeah, we'll just be there moment by moment, and then we take the worst case, like the worst moments. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing to do with it. Yeah, it's I appreciate we like the memories and yeah, but hopefully I hope it doesn't get to that. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out in a few years because I'm pushing 50 here soon.
And I'm pushing 30. Let's go. Old age guy.
Freaking child.
Oh, whatever. We've been walking back and forth together in old age home.
Thank you, Nymphet. That was not a stat. That was not a stat that I really needed to know right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to your chat as well as mine.
Actually, I had to stream up and I just realized I didn't. Where was it? Oh, there it is. I didn't realize. Oh, that. Oh my god, the chat's here. Your chat's here. Oh,
I love you too, Nymph.
all right. Well, we kind of answered question 3. We can just do question 4 and question 5, and then if we want to add anything else, we can.
Yeah.
If not, then we can see what our chat says for regarding questions. All right.
Hit me.
What message would you give the young people of today regarding mental health?
If you think you need help or you think you need to talk to somebody, do it. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. None of that shit matters. If you think that you need help and you need to talk to somebody, do it. Whether it's a school counselor or whether it's a licensed professional, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be this, that, or the other. But find somebody. I would probably advise against talking to your peers, because teenagers as a whole are collectively stupid. Tell me I'm wrong.
The brains are still developing.
I said as a whole, as a group, they are collectively stupid, just like adults. An adult and a one-on-one situation is absolutely perfect. They are intelligent. They can hold a conversation. Adults as a group, the intelligent quotient goes down the more people there are in a group.
I think that's humans. So you can say humans. Human beings.
Yeah. But my advice to young people is if you think you need to talk to somebody, fucking do it. Find somebody. Find somebody safe and do it.
I would agree with that 100%. And like I say, yeah, find that one person that you trust in your circle or someone, a teacher, a pastor, chaplain. Yeah, find someone you truly trust, and just speak to them. Like don't like I'm not. It sounds easy to do, but like as for someone who spoke to my sister, like I first told her, no, I'm okay, but for whatever reason, she asked me again, right? So, and that made me break. So I think yeah, you would know who your person is. You know the person you trust and to speak to. So I definitely say, yeah, find someone. And the one I always use as well is like, um, it's fine to not be happy. Like like happiness is an emotion as well, right? Like
Yeah.
we don't always feel happy. Like you know what I mean? Like it's fine to not be happy. Um, Same as like being sad. It's that's what makes us human. Like our emotions change all the time. So don't feel that you need to be all jolly all the time or be cheerful all the time. So yeah. Is there anything you'd like to add as well before we go to the next question?
No, I think both you and I answered that question pretty much the same way.
Yeah. All right, we can do the last because the last question is like a icebreaker, like not icebreaker, but like a self care.
Okay.
Uh,
What you got?
uh,
What you got? What you got? Hit
should
me.
we look at our chats and see if they have any questions for us, or if you guys want to ask any questions?
Well, you said you had one more question. Go ahead, ask it.
Oh, it's just a self care question.
So ask it.
You want to ask it? All right. For self care, Ray, what game are you planning to play after this? As I know, this was probably very um yeah, you opened up to us and probably told randoms, but it must have been very tiring and uh yeah,
Oh yeah,
vulnerable.
no, oh yeah. I could see why you hesitated to ask that question because I don't give a flying fuck.
So yeah,
look, look,
what game are you playing after this?
my diagnosis and my mental health. I have never shied away from. Um, I don't want to say I take pride in it because that's the wrong thing, but
Yeah,
I don't hide it. Um,
yeah, no,
I'm
I
not,
just thought
and I'm certainly not ashamed of it. As far as what I'll do to decompress after this, I don't know, probably blow some shit up. I'm trying to fix my build for Path of Exile so I can get through this, one mission. So I'll probably be grinding away to uh do that and finally beat this fucking mission that's been beating my ass all day. But beyond that, I mean, as far as self care, I don't know. I mean, I'll see. We had this idea in our heads, and this is a conversation I have actually quite frequently with my customers. We have this idea in our head that we always have to be doing something. Something always has to be going on. We have to be moving. We have to be doing something. No, we don't. It's just as important and sometimes more important to just veg out. Don't do anything.
mm,
Just
yeah, for sure,
be
yeah.
in the moment.
Mm.
But
It's
whether
okay to
it's
do nothing.
yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it's the way that we were raised, if it's our conditioning or what we've been led to believe, but we as humans, and more specifically as adults, we have this idea of we always have to be doing something. No, no, the fuck you don't.
Mm.
You want to spend 2 hours just vegging in front of your TV watching the latest television show on Amazon Prime? Go the fuck ahead. You do you, boo.
Go for gold, yeah. 100%, yeah. I'm an
You want to
addict for
play
that as well. Yeah.
you want to play video games for a couple of hours and just not do anything and not think about anything? Go for it. Knock yourself out. You don't need to be out and about or concentrating on this or doing that all the time. Sometimes it's okay to shut the brain off and just let it just be.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, 1,000% agree. Something that I struggle with, but I agree with.
Yeah, yeah, I know that's something you struggle with. I think that was more for your benefit than anything else, Meerkat.
Wow.
Oh, oh, come on,
Headset
you know what?
disconnected.
You know I love you.
Well, I think I. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Oh, so you're looking, trying to look for questions from chat now?
No, I'm trying to see why my thing's disconnected. All right, should be fine now. All right, yeah. Should we see if chat has any questions for us?
Yeah, let's open it up.
All right, open up the floor, guys. Let's see what
Q&A, motherfuckers. Q&A.
Q&A.
Oh, Nymphette with the hard hitter right off the gate.
What did she ask? Hold up. Question for both. In your personal experience, have you found medication or therapy to be more effective in your management of your mental health? Would you like to go first, or should I go first?
I've been doing an awful lot of talking. I'll let you go first.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
Sometimes I don't know when to shut the hell up.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. For my personal experience, I've done both. I feel like medication has helped me more, but the reason is because for therapy, like I feel that it's more of an effort to call the psychologist, book the appointment, and then go there, right? And then talking to someone. Although I do find that therapy does work as well. But the thing as well with therapy that I struggle with as well, when I get there, I forget what to talk about, or like,
No,
yeah,
no, no.
it's just
I don't think you forget what to talk about. You know what I think it is?
what.
By the time that appointment finally comes around, you're feeling fine, so you don't feel like you have anything to talk about.
Yes, that as well. Yes, and then every time we go to therapist, my
Every
psych is
time
like,
without fail.
make sure you write it on your notes because next time I see you, we'll talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I write it, but I completely forget about it, and yeah. So I think both, in my experience, both has been effective, but for therapy, I like for me personally, I feel like sometimes I do need to go back and probably just talk to someone other than my parent, like my mom. Um, but yeah. So what's been more effective for me has been meds. So yeah. How about you, right?
For me, it's just the opposite, actually. Um,
Yeah.
like I've gone through countless therapists, countless counselors, countless doctors. I've had therapists cancel on me repeatedly. I've had um one fucking retire
Oof. Yeah.
while I was in the hospital the second time. So I haven't had the best of luck when it comes to therapists and counselors. But all that to say, I would still go that route over medication. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've been like looking back on it now, I can see that the signs of me having ADHD were always there,
Mm-hmm.
but I was never officially diagnosed. So I've learned over the years how to manage the ADHD without medication for so
Yeah.
long that therapy helps me in that regard with the things I might occasionally still have struggles with. Like, how do I handle this? How do I cope with that? Which is
Mm-hmm.
also a large reason why I don't stress
Mm-hmm.
about anything.
Yeah.
I could be losing my apartment tomorrow and I
Yeah.
would not be stressed about it. I would
Yeah.
go, okay, this is the problem. How do I solve it? And
Yeah.
I'd work about solving it. Because stress is a huge trigger for me. If I stress, and I know that stress is a trigger for me, so I try to avoid stress if at all possible, whenever possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I just look at each problem rationally and deal with it as it comes. So,
Mm-hmm.
and therapy gave me those tools.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that without having gone through the therapy. For me personally, in my experience, medication is a tool but it doesn't get to the root of the problem, and it doesn't help you get through the problem.
Yeah.
After a while, it just, to me, it feels like it just becomes a crutch.
Yeah.
Again, that's just me and my personal experience. If medication works for you, great. Medication works for you. I would still highly recommend going to see a regular therapist. Yes, I know it's a hassle.
Yeah.
It's a hassle even here in the US. You've got to wait 3, 4, 6 months sometimes before you can actually get even your first appointment. And then if you don't mesh well with that therapist, then you've got to go through the whole process all the fuck over again. So I get that it can be a hassle,
Mm-hmm.
but I can tell you from personal experience, I've learned more in coping with everything in going to therapy than I have in just relying on medications to get me through.
Yeah. I think that's also why I want to go back to therapy as well. Is like learn some coping mechanisms for when, like for example, if I have racing thoughts, how can I calm myself down? Or you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
and
Like,
yeah,
I
and that,
think
and that and that and that's precisely what therapy. You know, we have this stigma of therapies. Lay on the couch. Tell me about your mother. You know,
yeah,
you know you know all the Freudians out there. Um, so it seems to me that all of the problems root back to your mother. No, I'm just fucked up. Like, but no, therapy is more of just a conversation with the person that you're in the room with,
hmm
and them providing you with the tools to think about your situation differently and how to go about solving those issues that you might be having or have had. This is why, writing in the notebook and then taking that notebook to your therapy appointment and saying, okay, so this is what I dealt with last week.
yeah.
Um, but that's my long-winded answer to that question.
Okay. I think Spartan asked a question: how would you react if you notice these symptoms you've had in the past in someone you care about? Um, from experience, I what I normally do is because like I've had friends who've had like who've spoken to me about their mental health and stuff. So I pretty much just like as what I'm doing here is like just talking to them about my experience to them and making them feel less alone and let them yeah like make sure that they're okay. Do they know this what resources are what resources is out there? Yeah, just to make sure that they're not feeling alone and making sure that they do know that there's help out there, and if they need someone to talk to or a support person to do something with, I'm there to help them.
Yeah, I think you might have gone a little bit. Personally, I don't think I'd go that deep into it, but if I noticed that somebody was experiencing the same problems, I would say, "Hey, okay, you're having trouble with that. So here's what I would do. Why don't you try that? See if that works."
Mm,
And I would already start trying to coach them on coping mechanisms.
mm.
Now, once they get older, and this also depends on how old the individual is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's one thing that Spartan didn't bring up in his question is how old the individual was. But for me personally, I would just try to coach them through it and say, all right, well, that clearly isn't working for you. So why don't you try this? Or, because I used to experience the same thing and this worked for me. Why don't you try that and let me know how that works out for you? And then start that way. And then if it continues on, then yes, gradually bring in, the idea of, here's what I found helps. Call this number
hmm
or, set up an appointment here and then start going that nitty-gritty into it. But, a lot of it comes with establishing that relationship first, and do you already have a built-in relationship with that individual?
All right, there's a question from Niv. She says, "Question for you, Ray.
Okay.
What are the most what are common misconceptions about mental health facilities and the experiences of being committed?"
How
Other than
many
the
how many people here are movie fans? And I'm talking like legit movie fans. And I'm going to give both of our chats a chance to answer that question.
Nymphes, she says.
Have you seen the movie starring the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Jack Nicholson?
Spartans.
Have you ever seen the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie that is known as One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with the ever so awesome Jack Nicholson?
I have not, that's for sure. Spider said that's a great
yeah,
movie.
yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Nice.
It is a great movie, but here's the problem with that movie. It paints mental health facilities or even just mental health hospitals as this dystopian place where all freedoms are, or hell, even 12 Monkeys. There's a large number of those scenes, a large number of scenes in the movie 12 Monkeys that take place in mental facilities. Um, but they're all the same. Like everything is locked behind cages, and everybody is all doped up on Thorazine or whatever medications to keep everybody basically zombie like. That's the big misconception. Um, and honestly, it's more of just a regular hospital stay. Now, yes, they do take some precautions. Like you're not going to have anything that's easily accessible to harm yourself. So, whereas a regular hospital room may have a bathroom with a shower and towels and a shower curtain and all of this, those are taken away. Now you still have access to towels, obviously, but anything that you could potentially tie that towel to doesn't exist. They minimize what is available for you to be able to hurt yourself with, or make it easier for you to hurt yourself with. Um, in a hospital, in the locked ward, it is treated more as a place to put you, if you require medication, get you on a medication regimen, but also see how you respond to that in a safe environment. Rather than just, here's 600 milligrams of lithium. Take that, take 300 milligrams twice a day and see how you react and get back to me in about a week. That doesn't happen like that. If they are putting you on a new medication regimen and you're hot, and while you're hospitalized, they are going to observe you. They are going to do the blood work. They are going to see how your body and how you react to those medications. And all the while you're going to continue continuous therapy. You do have freedoms, not as many as if you were a regular hospital patient, but it's not nearly as dark and dystopian as movies would have you believe. And as far as your follow-up question, man, sets, how common is abuse in those mental facilities? Um, in my personal experience, it's not common at all.
Yeah, I think same for Australia. I think it's what the media portrays. That it seems like it's common, but it's not. It's not as scary as it seems, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, because here's the thing: the most of the people that are hospitalized are very much like you and I, Meerkat. Very
not for
much like
sure.
very much like the people in our chats.
Mhm.
Um, they're just regular, everyday people. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to find the occasional woo person,
Yeah, no, yeah.
because you are. My
Yeah.
first time hospitalized, I had a guy who was convinced that there was lasers in his shower and walked around with a towel wrapped around his ankle because he was convinced that a laser cut him while he was, and that's laser with an L, Lazer, laser. Um, cut him while he was showering. But that was an extreme case. Most of the people
Yeah.
that I've met in psych wards have been regular, everyday, 9 to 5 type people that are just going through a tough time and
Yeah.
need to get regulated. Great questions,
So
by the way.
I think Spartan also had a question. What do you believe is important for anyone to be aware of if they know someone with this mental health issue? Which men- which mental health issue, Spartan?
Are you talking just mental health issues in general or a specific mental health issue, Spartan?
Yeah, because I would take answer because I can't speak for all mental health, but I can speak for in general, or with the mental health with the mental health issue
Oh,
in
mental
general.
health in general. So that's a tough one. So again, I am not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. Um, so I am not in a position to be able to diagnose anybody. I can make assumptions based on what I see and what I hear. But I'm assuming based on your question that they already know that the person has some sort of mental issue. And that depends on the severity of it, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether it's ADHD, or anything else. The biggest thing that I can say is be patient with that person.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
An ADHDer does not want to forget that you exist, but I promise you they will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can guarantee you that if I know for myself and I know from speaking to other people with ADHD, if you are not in their face daily, they
Mm-hmm.
will forget you exist.
Yep. Out of sight, out of mind. Is that what it said? Same.
Yeah,
Out of sight, out of yeah.
yeah. Object permanence.
Yeah.
It's not just for things. It's for it happens to people too.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I know that my ex-wife is on my mind right now is because I got a Christmas card from her and it just came in yesterday. And it was covered in glitter. Fuck that bitch.
Jeez. Yeah.
Glitter. No, she even said glitter. She even wrote in the card, glitter bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think patience is important, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Nim. It's not that I was mad at you. It's just that I was so caught up in my own life, I forgot that you existed.
And I don't know if you experience this, right? But do you sometimes like reply in your head?
Oh my god, yeah.
Like
All
you
the
look at
fucking
the
time.
message
All
and
the
you're like,
fucking time.
and then look
Well,
again weeks later, you're
dude,
like, oh my god.
dude, whether it's text message, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Discord, I don't care. I swear to you, I respond to everything. And then I'll have somebody pop up. It's been a week. You haven't responded to me. Yes,
I'm
I
like,
did.
oops.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. No, I never actually wrote out what I was gonna say. Shit.
Mhm.
My
So
bad.
please follow up with us, please. We do forget to reply. If you really want us to play something or get our attention.
Latest question from Nymphette. A lot of people think mental health is the excuse for bad behavior or part of attention-seeking behavior. One, why do you think this is so? And two, what would you say to those people?
I think it's so because of stigma and misunderstanding. Like as we said, like a follow up with Spartan's question. People lack patience and understanding of mental health issues, so they think it's, you know what I mean. Like they I don't know. It's definitely stigma and a
I, I
misunderstanding.
I can probably answer that a little bit more specifically. You and I kind of talked about this before we started the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for ADHD, there is a thing called ADHD paralysis. So if I know I have to be somewhere in, say, 2 hours, I know for myself, I am not going to do anything from the time that I remember, oh shit, I got something to do in 2 hours until I have to go do the thing. It's going to look like everybody else. It's going to look like to everybody else that I'm not doing a damn thing. Here's what's going on for me. I am not getting involved with a single thing until that thing happens because I don't want to risk being late to that thing.
3 p.m. appointments are the worst. 3 o'clock appointments are the worst. Do not book me in for 3 p.m. appointment, please. I would stay in bed till 9. I'm like, no, I have to wait till 3 to do anything. Do not book me for 3 p.m.
As far as what I would say to those people, that's a little bit more difficult because
Yeah.
people are finicky creatures and they get offended very easily. Um, it really just comes down to education.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how we can still lack some
You
knowledge,
know,
even though it's on our fingertips.
helping them understand what's going on and how that affects that person. But again, each person is going to be different in the way that their mental health manifests. There's no cookie cutter, oh, well, if a person's doing this, well, then they have this. That means this is going
Mhm.
on.
Everyone's experiences are different as well. We need to
You
remember
know,
that.
my ADHD may manifest itself differently than Meerkat's.
Mm-hmm.
My anxiety and panic attacks, which I get on occasion, may manifest themselves differently than uh Nymphet's, as an example. Not saying that that's what you suffer from. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
using you as an example. Um, so it comes with just a basic understanding, and people are either going to want to listen and understand or they're not. You can't force somebody to be educated on something um that they already think is fact. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can try, but you can also try cracking a brick wall with your forehead. You're probably going to get the same result.
I think also speaking on forcing people to get educated, I think we need to remember we can't force people to get help either. Like they can vent to you all they want, and then like also join and go. I can call you a therapist now.
I may be an outlier, but I am here to say that eventually you can force people to get help and it does work for them.
It does, but you can't. Yeah, it'll be very tiring if you keep like, all right, let's go to therapy. We go in, and they don't want to.
But okay, so in my instance of being forced to get help, it was a very specific incident and there were very
Yeah,
specific
I
things
think it's
going
from case
on.
to case. Yeah.
Yeah. But so again, I think we need to be mindful of blanket statements.
Yeah.
Like you can't force them. Well, I'm living proof that you kind of can force
Yeah.
somebody to get help.
But from my experience, I can't.
Yeah, no,
Or
no, no.
like other people
Yeah,
I try to, they told me to back off, and I'm like, all right, I'll back off then. Like, you do you, you know?
yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, a person's either going to get help or they're not.
Yeah.
You know, you can do what you can do, but that's all that it comes down to.
Yeah, for sure. There's only so much you could do. Maybe room for one more question. on a stretch. If not,
Yeah. Any more questions from the peanut gallery? Oh, nuts.
if not, if you guys are also interested, I can show you some of my work I've done. Not sponsored, even though I was sponsored. What's then? How are you both feeling? How are you, Ray? How are you feeling? That's a
Oh,
cute question.
I'm Gucci. I'm good.
I'm Gucci as well. I'm glad we did this first episode. This was yeah. I was very nervous at the start. Very nervous. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah. You were nervous, which I found endearing. So fun backstory to the start. So before this for like an hour before this episode aired, um, all I heard from Meerkat was, "Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh my god, I'm so nervous." And I'm just laid back, like I'm not. I'm just chill.
yeah.
I'm just hanging out.
Yeah. As soon as it started, it just
Like
disappeared.
I'm just ready to go. Like let's do this. but ah,
Yeah, before I could start streaming, I was like, I feel like I forgot something. And like you're like, no, just press start. I'm like, okay.
let's just do this.
Then we got it.
But that's a big difference between Meerkat and myself. Meerkat you know, wrote up a whole bunch of questions going, all right, I want to ask this, I want to ask this, I wanted to ask this. And he messaged me before we started tonight going, all right, so did you come up with any questions? Nah,
Nope.
I'll just wing it.
2 types of people. I'm all this. Oh my god.
That's how look, I work within the tools I have. And I know what works best for me. And if I sit and try to plan and organize, I know for a fact only one thing is gonna happen. It's all gonna go to shit.
Yeah.
If I plan anything, the one thing I can count on with that plan is it's going to go to shit. So I don't plan anything. I just wing it and see what happens.
I did my first stream schedule and I'm like, why did I run a stream schedule? I'm not gonna
see. So now you're in a tough spot with that schedule because now you either have to be committed to it, no matter how inconvenient it is for you with those times, or you can let down the people that all go to your stream at those hours that you posted to say, "Oh yeah, no stream today, guys." The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I did put in the announcements. I was like, just to let you know, things might change. So yeah. I think that's my first and last time doing schedules.
See, and that's part of the bane of my existence because I have an idea of when I can stream, knowing what times I'm available. But also if I commit myself to it, I know one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to let down the few people that might show up to my streams by not showing up.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be such a bad stream because I feel like I'm obligated to now work at that schedule. So it's just like, I'll stream when I stream. And
no, for sure, yeah.
For those that are around, talking to you, Mansets and Nymphet, because you guys have both been asking me, I don't know when, I will be streaming again.
Yay, more race streams.
So I just don't know when. It's my schedule is all kinds of weird.
Exactly. Read Nim's message, right? She says, no one is ever let down if you don't stream. Common assumptions from streamers, but it's not. So
Yeah,
stream whenever you feel like it.
I saw it. Yeah, so yeah, in 4 years of streaming, I've never had a schedule.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
a schedule.
okay.
I can't even write stuff in my calendar. Seriously.
So, Nivette, let me ask you: when you make a schedule for yourself and you veer from that schedule, how do you feel? Yes, I'm asking a person who kind of semi-regularly posts schedules and then sometimes only barely listens to her own schedule. Like I have better things to do, so I'm not streaming. Okay. Well, that's not what you tell us when you get back on stream.
That's funny.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
anxiety is real, Spartan. What is there anything else for tonight?
No, I don't know. Do you guys want? Is there? Wait, Ali wrote something. If you do stream, look after yourself. First in common. If you do stream, yeah. If not, I completely understand. That's Ali. That's Ali for you.
I love Allie.
Ali is a G.
Allie was my first ever donator to my streams.
Nice.
Did I tell you that?
We should give Ali a special badge just for that.
Allie is awesome. Allie is awesome.
Indeed, Ali is indeed awesome.
Yeah, Spartan, I actually had to stop working phone customer service because of panic attacks. And I was good at my job. But I started having panic attacks almost every day before I got on the phones. So that's when I knew it was time for me to stop working that line of work.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I apologize for being MIA because because some people care, but I don't feel bad about choosing something else to simply hang out with friends. No, that's fine, honestly. You do you, boo. You do. Oh my god.
Jesus. And we were just talking about how much of a G Allie was, and then she comes in with the 5 gifted subs.
Thank you so much for the subs, Allie. Jeez. Insane. Thank you.
Hold on a second. Let's do this.
I did have check out Allie. They're playing no games.
Listen, I'm still gonna give Allie a shout out just because.
I'm lying with the sneaky luck. We don't call it Lurxia, Nymph. We do not call it Lurxia. I did have something else on the agenda, but it's up to you guys. I was like show you some of my work I've done in the past.
Go for it.
Yeah.
How
did you wait? Did you present?
Yeah. Click the present, and then I will add it to the stage.
All right. Let's see if that works.
Oh, you hit cancel. You're supposed to hit share, buddy.
Oops, my bad. I'm a boomer when it comes to technology. Oh, I clicked cancel by accident.
That's why I said you clicked cancel by accident.
Oh, my bad.
All right, and we are going to go here and add stage. There we go.
All right. So this is some of my work. If you guys want to read it, I'll send link. But yeah, this is my very first ABC article, ABC News, ABC Australia. As you guys don't know, ABC News Australia is one of the biggest media outlets. So this is where I spoke about breaking the silence and Muslim men suffering with mental health issues. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is one of them. They did not take that photo. I took that photo in Melbourne. Yeah,
he is famous, Nymph.
Yeah, I was on TV. I was on TV. They
No,
do need a couple more people.
Allie, it's okay. I understand. No,
Yeah.
I'm not part of the affiliate crew because I don't stream
There's
nearly enough.
that. Let's. I just don't wanna look my YouTube. Nope, nope, nope. Shut up, YouTube. Shut up. No, shut up. Oh my god. What is it? As you follow all Aussies, you might recognize this also organization. Maybe young Aussies, I should say, not fellow Aussies. I'm gonna screen share again. I need to find it.
I got it.
There's me. Well, my real name is gonna be what's the name? Some of you know my real name already, but you know what? I literally shared my story. So my real name is the last of my priority. So this is another video. Let me know if you guys can hear it or not. Hi, I'm Anas. I'm South African Muslim. My parents are both South African. I was born in Saudi Arabia, and I was raised in Australia. I remember being a very shy kid. Like, if you ask my primary school friend, she said I was a very shy kid. I was a very reserved kid. This is your name, Meerkat. She even said like I was a very anxious
No,
kid.
like Meerkat, like you are like
No, in my community is not very understood. People,
you're famous at this point between speaking engagements,
yes,
being featured in a lot of different videos,
and then
specifically talking about mental health.
video about yeah, that's one of my videos. But yeah, just I have one more, and then I can stop showing
And then
myself.
and then I'll share some of my work.
Yeah, show some of Ray's work. This is the one that we did for Mental Health Week. It was shown in our city, the main city. There's like a screen in the city.
Ems with the we all know his in real life name is Meerkat.
Yes, yes, Ems, yes. And hi, Ems, how you doing? No wonder I was thinking here. Since the last time I've been with the series, I've been pretty good. I've discovered for who I am as a person. I've learned as well that I'm still going to discover and grow more within myself. What I've learned about myself in my mental health is I've been diagnosed with ADHD last year, and it's been truly life changing being medicated and finding new strategies to deal with my ADHD. I think the advice I'll give my past self is just do it. Just do it and believe in yourself. If you just do it and push yourself and push past those barriers, you wouldn't have been able to do the things that you've done. And just remember as well that your true supporters are the ones who stay by you at your lowest. There are people who genuinely do care about you and love you for who you are as a person. Yeah, that was my latest project that I did for Mental Health Week. Go for it, Ray. Show your work.
So this is. Let me get there.
Is your name Meerkat? You guys can still call me Meerkat. You don't have to call me by my real name.
This is my actual YouTube channel. But there's a couple things on here that I am actually super proud of. First one being.
Oh, I saw this video.
So fun fact about this video, I created everything in this video using free resources available online. So the music, the video footage, all of it was just from free resources online. I just did all the editing. The only goal I had when doing this was creating a full story. You know, this gave me a chance to try out new techniques with editing.
What program do you use?
DaVinci Resolve. It is free and just as powerful, if not more well, just as powerful as Adobe Premiere. Thank you, Nymph. Yeah, I love DaVinci. Super powerful. And the great thing is, if I were to buy the full studio version, I'd only have to pay for it once and get free lifetime upgrades, as opposed to paying $60 a month for Adobe products.
Nice. Video has such a calm feel to it.
Yeah, that's why this is entitled A Summer's Day.
Makes me want to go on holiday.
But this is the stuff I do, and the other one that I'm really super proud of. I actually created a small movie trailer using nothing but GoPro footage. I was at a comic book convention and asked a friend who was going in a bouncy house to wear my GoPro or carry my GoPro.
Is this meant to be horror vibes?
Yeah.
No, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, that is specifically the vibes.
Yeah, I'm definitely got horror vibes.
And then I have a few friends who are artists that would spend time at Artist Alley and comic book conventions. So I created some trailers for them of their work. Nymph, that was actually a cosplayer friend of mine from New York.
That's such a good drawing.
Oh, Matt is a fantastic artist. I used to own a lot of his prints, but they got left behind in Massachusetts when the girl I was dating and I broke up and moved to Florida.
Ooh, that's a cool Harley Quinn one.
His original work, I feel, is a lot better. Like, he's good at recreating work of other artists, but all you Destiny fans,
Oh, Overwatch.
yep.
No worries, Nip. Thanks for stopping by. I see you later. Thanks for coming. I have to think of another topic for if I'm going to do another episode. Shall see. Shall see.
But yeah, that's what I do. Is I like to shoot and edit video.
Nice. totally different passions and work we do together.
Yeah, I'll get sleep in. I'll get sleep in a couple of hours, Nymphet. I'm trying to stay on the overnight schedule so that way I don't wreck my
Sleeping
work.
pattern.
That way I don't wreck my work schedule because I work. I try to work the overnights when I drive. So, but if I go to sleep too early at night, then I'll be awake all day from early in the morning, and then be too tired to go out at night.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Ray, for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
That was great fun. Yeah, it was nice to get to know you more on a deeper level, sharing your story. Please remember self care, bro. Do your what's the
So,
name? Your game.
right now it's Path of Exile, but that could change at a moment's notice.
Yeah, stand by, guys. Stand by, guys. It might change in a minute. But yeah, again, thank you so much, Ray, for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for setting up the what's this thing program called again? I forgot. StreamYard.
This
StreamYard.
yes, StreamYard. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for setting that up. But yeah, I'll see you next time then.
Yeah, absolutely. You know where to find me.
Yep.
I'm always a DM or a stream away.
Yep. Likewise. I'll see you around then. All right.
All right, and I will see everybody else later as well. Thank you, everybody in my chat and Meerkat's chat that stopped by to hang out with us and have this open and honest discussion with us. We both very much appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the first of many for each of us. Because
Hopefully.
I got to tell you, Meerkat, now that I've done this with you, it's actually it. Well, actually, I need to share something really quick. So after my ex wife and I separated before we got divorced, I actually contacted the first counselor I met with while I was hospitalized, while her and I were still married,
Mm.
and had expressed thanks to him for everything he tried to do for me while I was in the hospital, and that kind of ignited a passion in me to try to go back to school and uh, be a therapist or a counselor.
Let's
Now,
go.
that was almost 10 years ago. Clearly, that has not yet worked out.
You can start doing it.
But hopefully, that is something that I can still pursue.
Go for it, right? Go for it.
Thankfully, my current job will offer me 100% tuition assistance here in a few months. So that might be something that I actually go to pursue. But having this discussion with you has helped reignite that passion. So this is something.
Aww.
So this is something that I hope to continue on my own channel, as well as
Mm-hmm.
occasionally stopping by on yours
Yep. No worries.
to continue this conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to do another session, but I don't know about what. So if you guys have any suggestions, put it in my Discord.
Yes, absolutely, and same for me as well. If you have anything that you want to talk about, or if you want to be a guest on my next stream, um,
Let me know as well. Yeah.
yeah,
DM me.
reach out via Discord. Um, I'm very easy to get a hold of. I can't promise that I'm going to be the best at responding, as we've already discussed earlier tonight.
I'm a fast responder. Don't worry. Unless I forget about you sometime, and yeah, just message again. I forget about you.
But thank you again for everybody for stopping by, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, cut your man. Nah.